Hello and welcome to BuzzTV's The Daily News. Welcome. Welcome. Daily News. Daily News.
Hello and welcome to 3D Buzz's The Daily News for September 12th of 2007, brought to you as always by Side Effect Software. I'm Terry, and we're going to jump right into some gaming news. Shadowrun developer shuts down. The rumors were true. Shadowrun developer Fossa Studio has indeed closed its doors to a studio manager Mitch Gittleman, confirming the news on the official Shadowrun community forums today. According to Gittleman, today was the last official day of work for the employees, with many of them going over to Microsoft Game Studios. Rumor about the studio's foreclosure surfaced in March of this year, well before Shadowrun even shipped, when a former Fossa worker wrote of an employee exodus and that decision makers would, quote, cut the tumor that is Fossa Studio from the body of Microsoft. It's a very harsh quote. Gittleman wrote that the hardcore Shadowrun players needn't worry about being abandoned as, quote, we have kept our community manager and technical support manager on the job to aid and support you and will continue to do so while people continue to play our game. So, yeah, it also could be that Shadowrun was a horrible game. I don't know. That probably has a lot to do with it, to be quite honest. World Series of video games strikes out and cancels its tournaments. Games Media Properties announced today that it would no longer produce the World Series of video games, that the remainder of its 2007 Pro Gaming Series had been canceled. The Competitive Gaming League announced in May that it had signed on agreement with CBS to air 4 of its competitions, 2 of which now appear to no longer even be taking place. GMP wrote in a statement that the continuing challenges of securing adequate revenues to sustain the production of the WSVGs, large-scale events and television programming, and a very crowded field of competitive gaming leagues has prompted us to reevaluate our direction as an organization. GGL Wire writes in its post on the subject that other well-known pro gaming leagues are also showing signs of financial difficulty. Which is true, because, I mean, with most gaming out there, they tried this stuff back in the 80s when Nintendo first came out and when Sega and all that were starting up. You can't sit down and just watch people play Nintendo over television unless you're in the room with them, because then you can berate them and yell at them whenever they die. But other than that, it's just not really that much fun. That's the whole point behind video games, is that they are interactive. So I guess they're going to start learning that the hard way. Hey, here you guys go for all you Sony fans. There are some more PS3 and PSP firmwares. Yay! It's announced that for the PS3, firmware 1.93 will be coming in the next few days, and guess what this one does? This is actually a pretty cool little firmware. It fixes the network disconnect problem created by 1.92. Good job, Sony. On the PSP side, you got the upcoming 3.71, which adds, quote, many features that readers of the Sony blog have requested, which apparently are themes for the PSP, but they're themes that came out in version 3.70. So, I don't know. Either way, it's a must download, and more than likely it's going to staunch the new homebrew crack or something. I don't know, because there's always homebrew for PSP. Anyway, and a National Video Games Day. Oh, yeah, today is National Video Games Day. I forgot about that. Happy Video Games Day, nationally, or whatever. Anyway, the blurb from Holiday Insight states that celebrate National Video Games Day by playing video games. Well, how else are you going to celebrate it? If you are off from school, or if you're a big kid from, work or whatever, make this a marathon day for video games. Better still, invite a few friends and hold a competition. Just make certain that you have enough controllers. Oh, God, I'm glad I didn't write that. Anyway, they go on to state that they have no record of the origin of the holiday or if the holiday even exists. But apparently today is the day for National Video Game Day or something. I don't know. Financial Times declares console war is a... God, I'm actually going to cry saying this, is a wiener. That's a horrible, horrible headline. I'm so glad that I don't write these things. Anyway, the Wii won is what they're trying to say, but they had to make a pun with the wiener. That's horrible. Anyway, the U.S. NPD figures will be out tomorrow, but today the Financial Times reported that Nintendo's Wii sales have overtaken the Xbox 360 to make it the top-selling current-gen console with 9 million sold. The Xbox 360 sits at 8.9 million, and the PS3 with 3.7 million. Kind of pretty far back there, but they're catching up. Come on, got to give to them. They're looking at the longer business model here. Anyway, it also should be noted that these are sold units and not shipped units, because if we were going by shipped units, then Sony would be on top of everything, because they always make those numbers up. Anyway, Nintendo last held the top spot in the console market over 10 years ago, of course, with the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. But also keep in mind that the PlayStation 2 still holds top honors and reigns supreme with over 100 million units sold worldwide, and they're continuing to sell. So I guess Sony technically is still on top. Oblivion's Gamebryo engine has been ported to the Wii, and apparently it still looks as good as it does on any PC. Emergent Technologies' Gamebryo engine, which runs both Oblivion and the upcoming Fallout 3, now supports the Wii, and it looks gorgeous. The speculation is that this is a step in the right direction to get more high-end graphics on the Nintendo Wii, which is something they desperately need. So let's hope that actually does something for some really good games for the Wii. Online gaming outsells video and music. According to a new report by Strategy Analytics, gaming is outselling videos and music on the online market. Online sales allegedly accounted for 33% of all software revenue in the industry at this point, with $3.8 billion worth of revenue in 2006. They expect online gaming to generate $11.8 billion by the year 2011. The report says the thing driving the market is the continued growth of broadband services and the opportunities in the MMO genre. In the last 2 years alone, there have been an explosion of Xbox Live Arcade and Marketplace, along with MMOs like World of Warcraft and Lord of the Rings. Moving on, some tech news here. Fark.com is suing people, suing someone actually, a single person, over attempted hacking of their website. If you guys don't know, Fark.com, of course, is the news website that makes funny headlines that gets me in trouble all the time. Anyway, Fark.com has sued a man it accuses of attempting to hack into the email and computers of its staff members. The lawsuit, filed in U.S. District Court in Lexington on Tuesday, says an unknown computer hacker sent emails on August 8th imploring Fark staff members to visit a particular website. For the next 4 days, Fark staff received forged emails that appeared to come from other staff members containing links to 3 websites. The links contain Trojan horse programs. The lawsuit states that the purpose of the programs appeared to be steal passwords from infected computers and download them to a computer in Tennessee. It says the hacker attempted to log into a Fark email and staff member accounts using stolen password information. The hacker got into one of the email accounts of a Fark moderator, said the website's founder, Drew Curtis. The infection did not affect the website at all, though, he reported. We got lucky because they did not get all the way in. Curtis says that he is 99.9% sure he has identified the hacker, who he believes works at a Memphis television station. He said he is waiting to obtain information via subpoena to confirm his suspicions. Quote, that's what's weird. We don't even know what they were trying to do. The lawsuit seeks undisclosed economic and punitive damages and a permanent injunction against future hacking attempts. FCC is stating to the cable people, keep carrying those analog signals. Analog television owners have an extra 3 years of breathing room thanks to a new ruling by the FCC. On Tuesday, the government agency voted 5-0 to adopt rules mandating that the cable providers continue to make all local broadcasts available to their users, even those with analog televisions, after the February 2009 digital transition goes into effect. That ruling isn't sitting well with most cable companies. The industry as a whole has argued before that such decision would essentially cripple its ability to launch new channels and services by hogging all of their bandwidth. That is it for tonight's news. I will see you guys again tomorrow, and good night.
Amazing. It's good stuff. True. We can show it. Do you want to see it? Hello and welcome to BuzzTV's The Daily News. Welcome. Welcome. Daily News. Daily News.
Hello and welcome to 3D Buzz's The Daily News for September 12th of 2007, brought to you as always by SideEffects Software. I'm Terry, and we're going to jump right into some gaming news. Shadowrun developer shuts down. The rumors were true. Shadowrun developer Fossa Studio has indeed closed its doors to a studio manager, Mitch Gittleman, confirming the news on the official Shadowrun community forums today. According to Gittleman, today was the last official day of work for the employees, with many of them going over to Microsoft Game Studios. Rumor about the studio's foreclosure surfaced in March of this year, well before Shadowrun even shipped, when a former Fossa worker wrote of an employee exodus and that decision makers would, quote, cut the tumor that is Fossa Studio from the body of Microsoft. It's a very harsh quote. Gittleman wrote that the hardcore Shadowrun